Hello everybody, and welcome to the extra part of the Prince of Persia 2008 walkthrough! Now, having completed the main game and the epilogue, it's time for us to have a look at the extras. First off, we are going into the art gallery because looking at concept art is always fun, and the stuff that's in this game really does prove why this game got awarded for its art direction. Because some of this stuff is absolutely beautiful. Like, it's insane how just gorgeous some of this stuff is. Now, I really like it when there are kind of concept art galleries in games, because most of the time you don't get to see this stuff, and it kind of partly shows an insight into the kind of development of the game, which I am always really interested in. But also kind of, you just get to see kind of some of this beautiful art, which in a lot of cases you never get to see unless they put out an art book, which is rather rare, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't as rare as it is. Anyway, having kind of said all that, in order to make sure that I kind of cover absolutely everything in the game, I'm going to cover the achievements, because can't really show some of them off, because there's a lot that you get automatically. It's like Wall Runner, Compass, Heal the Land, and Saviour of the City of Lights, and Explorer. Things like that you get automatically, because it's basically heal fertile grounds, beat kind of the last of the four bosses, explore every part of every region, and yeah, you get all that. So I'm going to cover the ones that you don't get automatically unless it's part of the epilogue or whatever. So there's Blockmaster, which you get for blocking 50 attacks. Deflectmaster, which is from deflecting 20 attacks. Swordmaster, which is perform 14 hits in a single combo. So in order to get this, it's XXX, YX, YA, YX, YB, and then you have a choice of kind of three options: AYX, AXY, or AXB. Apparently the easiest fight to get it on is the first concubine. And basically it's okay up until the point where you kind of throw them up into the air, because it just gets a pain, but oh well. And there is Be Gentle with Her, which is Elika saves you fewer than 100 times in the entire game. Improviser, which is use the environment against an enemy, so there's pillars every now and again in battle, and essentially you just gotta do a wall mashing mini game at that point and just throw them through the pillar to get the achievement. There's Up Against It, which is win a wall mini-game in combat, which you probably will have done at this point. Then there's the runners, which I've told you about, the specials, which I've also told you about, the light seeds things, which are self-explanatory really. There's Speed Kill, which is kill 10 generic enemies before they spawn. Throwmaster, which is throw 10 soldiers of armament into pits. And then I've shown you the Assassin's view, I've shown you the Titanic view. There's In Harmony, which is 500 co-op jumps, which if you just kind of play through the entire game, eventually you will unlock it. There's Precious Time, which is take 1 minute to think, so after the final fight with Ahriman, whilst the cutscene's playing, don't touch anything, and do not touch anything until a minute after you have technically regained control, if you want to get that achievement. There's 3 which are associated with just talking to Elika, so Where's That Temple, Getting to Know You, and Good Company. Then you have Climbing 2 New Heights, which is find the highest point in the world, which you get after defeating the alchemist in the observatory. Sinking to New Depths, which I told you about being kind of, you should just go off to the right of the temple. So if you're facing towards the desert, you'll be able to reach a small underground passage, and if you go to the end of that, you can get it. Speed Demon, which is finish the game in under 12 hours, which is easily possible. And then Combo Specialist, which is find every combo in the game, and there is a list online, which if you want to get it, go use it, because that could take forever. So then, there are a number of secret ones which you get just for beating the game. And the one that miffed me off the most is the "To Be Continued," which says, "Congratulations, the game is complete, ... the story has only just begun." It's just like, thank you. Thank you for rubbing it in, that you've ended it on a cliffhanger. That's very lovely of you. Then the epilogue has 10 achievements worth 250 game score. I don't know what it's worth in PlayStation stuff, because I don't know PlayStation trophy terminology really, other than the bronze and the platinums and all that. So you get one at the end of the epilogue, get one called Bouncing From Here to There, which also cannot be missed. You basically just need to leap from walls to wall in some puzzles. It's very simple. The best defense is good defense, which is defeat any enemy of the epilogue by only starting a combo with a deflect and counter attack, which is possible. Change once then die, which is defeat the shapeshifter with only one shape change. There's a Fresco of Light and all the frescoes for getting the frescoes. Then there's Born Dead, which is kill all the soldiers of the epilogue before they spawn, which is easier said than done. There's only 7, but still. Then you have I Only Need to Handle 20, which is Elika saves you fewer than 20 times in the whole epilogue, which I actually got on this run. I'm very proud of myself. Then No Time to Waste, which is complete the epilogue in less than 2 hours, which is really simple. And What Once There Was, which is first use Energize in the epilogue. And that covers all of the achievements in the game, so if you want to go and get them, go ahead. Now, as we kind of move towards the end of the concept art, which, I mean, some of it, particularly in this last section by looking at the desert, is just so insanely beautiful. We are going to go into the other element of the extras, which is the skin gallery. Because basically you can give the Prince and Elika optional skins other than their own, which is quite fun, but the really evil thing that Ubisoft decided to do was lock the majority of it behind pre-order codes, which kind of, I said they weren't that mean with DLC back then, but they were starting. The beginning kind of seeds were there. So I cannot believe how much concept art there is in the desert section. Like, that went on for far longer than I was expecting. But here we go. The Skin Manager. So, unfortunately, I only have one unlocked for the Prince. Basically, you can see the Prince and Elika's prototype forms. So this is what they were originally going to look like. I'm glad they ended up how they did in the final game. Because, I mean, yeah, the Prince kind of isn't that colourful, so he kind of blends into the background, sort of. And then you have Elika, who is very, very bright. Like, it's insane. Like, that white hair, wow.
Tell me more about this place.
There isn't time. We should go on.
So, I believe you get these outfits for completing the game.
What do you think?
Which is
I thought all this
quite
was
cool.
legend.
I thought this was all there was.
Without that layer of corruption, I can see why you
With,
wanted
I
to
think,
stay.
pre-order codes, you could also get the Prince of Persia from Sands of Time. And then also you could get for the Prince, Altair from
You've
Assassin's
seen the State of
Creed.
the Kingdom. It is beautiful, but
Which,
it's
if
not a
you,
place that
you
allows
know,
to be soft.
I'm gonna have
want to make the
blisters on
Assassin's
my
view look
blisters by the time
particularly
I
fun,
girl,
that works beautifully.
do what you do.
You must have been looking for girls in the wrong places.
Now, the other outfit, which I'm going to show off now, because I don't know how I have it. Like, I really don't, I'm slightly confused. But I got my hands on it somehow. But you can make Elika look like Jade from Beyond Good and Evil. And it's pretty cool, and I really like that they did bring in Beyond Good and Evil into this. Because, I mean, I think at this point when this game came out, Beyond Good and Evil had been out for a while and kind of... I think it was kind of beginning to gain its more cult following. But it could also be that
A big battle to take this city.
It fell in hours.
that this was around the time when
It was only with
inklings
Ormaz's
towards
direct
Beyond Good and
intervention
Evil
that
2
this
were beginning to form. I mean, I can't quite remember when that there was
I realize
footage
what's happening here. I might just lose it.
that leaked that was apparently Beyond Good and Evil 2. I cannot remember what year that was
Pretty
in.
fit for a princess. So this
But
was a city before
this might have been a
Ottomans took
hint
over the
that
first
something
town.
was going on.
It was a city
My
with gods
memory
and
of all
heroes.
that is a bit hazy,
Even
but
Ahriman preserved it while he was here.
still,
It is man's neglect that has seen it fade to.
it's pretty cool that you've got a Jade outfit. It's annoying that a lot of this is all locked off behind codes that you can't get anymore, really. But that was it back then, and that is absolutely everything that I can show you to do with Prince of Persia. So, thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this run through this game, and hopefully you appreciate it a little bit more and see where I'm coming from. And, yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.